Yo, 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 what's happening? What's happening, my people? It's your boy, Tyler Takai, aka Rudy. And today I decided I'm going to make more content for you guys. And this video is basically going to be all about my transition from female to male over the last 12 years, I would say. It's been a long time. I'm 28 in 2 weeks' time. I started transitioning when I was around 16 years old. So I remember firstly reaching out to my social worker at the time. I had like a key worker / social worker kind of thing, because I did spend a few years of my teenage life in care. So I had this wonderful key worker who I remember reaching out to, and they helped me get in touch with the children adolescents group in Tavistock, in London. And I had this lovely lady who used to come around my house. I think it was like once a week or something, and she used to talk to me about just life, really. How's things in college, how's it like with my friends, my family, what my life is like, trying to get a grasp of me basically, and help me to understand who I truly was inside. First, I was seeing this lady who would come to my house, just have sort of like counselling sessions as such. And then when I got old enough to get transferred over to the GIC, Charing Cross Gender Identity Clinic, when I was a adult sort of thing, young adult, I went over to them. Now I remember waiting months for my appointment. Bearing in mind, this was let's say about 10 years ago, so probably about 2012, roughly, just before then. And even then, the wait times were very long for appointments. I remember waiting up to maybe 7 months to a year sometimes, for my first appointment and my second appointment and so forth. So about 10 years ago, let's say, I was seeing them. I was about 17, 18, and I remember at first they used to drill me with loads of questions and stuff, and they'd ask me about my past growing up. Literally, you have to tell them everything from the first ever memory you sort of have as a toddler or whatever it may be, whatever age it may be. So you have to tell them literally everything that's happened in your family life, in school, what goes on in your head, is very important, and how you just perceive yourself, and how you live currently. So I literally would tell them everything. Also at that age, I remember getting told like the basic sort of procedure for dealing with somebody who does identify as transgender, and the sort of steps they take throughout the transition, and how my future sort of be looking over the next couple of years. So I remember being informed that I would have to have another like 2-3 appointments before I get referred for any kind of hormone replacement therapy or surgery. So the wait time between appointments was quite long. But either way, I stuck it out. I remember seeing them. And in that time as well, also went to a solicitor, a little private solicitor. I think it was about £100 or something like that, to change my name. I'll be honest, my birth name's Tyler Alicia Mitchell Bramble. And I decided to change my middle name and take away my double-barreled surname. So my name now is Tyler Takai Mitchell. So it hasn't changed really much. I still kept my first name. I didn't change the spelling of Tyler because I absolutely love it. I feel like that just makes me, everyone does assume straight away that it's Tyler and Tyla is a female way, but I don't know. I just didn't want to change it. I like it the way it is, and yeah, that's just me. So I changed my name. That was the first step that I ever done. And then I remember after the second or third appointment, getting prescribed testosterone at about 18 years old. A bit old. Yeah, between 18 and 19, I'd say. Started hormone replacement therapy. Now, at the time, before being given all of this sort of thing, I remember they used to always ask me like, what's your parents like with it all? Are they supportive? They know everything that's going on and blah, blah. And I remember just saying yes to everything. It was like every appointment I went to, when I went to go see them, I felt like I was just telling them, I felt like I needed to tell them what they needed to hear, sort of thing, to get me where I wanted to go, if you get me. So like, they would ask me, obviously, is my family involved? Does my mum know what's going on and stuff? And I'd say, yeah, she's very supportive. She got my back the whole way. However, mum didn't have a clue. I was still, even though, yeah, I grew up them years in care and stuff, I still had contact with all my family and they were supportive, but I never once actually told them what I was doing or what I was going through. I think I remember coming out to Mum around them times as a lesbian stud sort of thing, and she was just like, I knew it. I just knew it. I was just waiting for the day for you to tell me, but it was a bit obvious, like I knew it kind of thing. So started hormone replacement therapy, and I remember the first thing to do, I haven't actually documented, I didn't actually document my transition at the time. There weren't much people around me or in London that that I knew. There was no one that I knew that was going through the same thing that I was going through. It's not something that I documented. I do wish I did, but unfortunately I didn't. It is what it is. But within the first couple months, I remember my voice started to change. That was definitely the first thing. Definitely my voice, and then yeah, down the head just started to grow incredibly large, and I was just like, whoa, okay. But I was told of obviously the things that could happen and changes you could see over time, so I was fully aware of that, and I was quite happy. I was embracing the changes. My voice started to change, but then every time I come around my family and stuff, like I would try and change my voice back to how it was, sort of thing, and try and not sound like obviously a guy, because I did feel a bit awkward for some reason, them not knowing. It's like I was trying to hide it from them. But in my head, what I had was that, like, I was going to go through this all literally by myself. I'm going to have both surgeries. I wanted top and bottom surgery, grow a full beard, this, that, and the other, and then turn around to her one day and be like, oh, by the way, I'm a trans male. But which is a bit of a crazy thought. When I think about it now, it's a bit of a crazy way to go about it. But that was my plan. I don't know why, but yeah. And then I think I was on testosterone for about a year and a half. I remember my last sort of appointment with them, it was like, they said to me, right, we've got two pathways we can go down now, kind of thing. And we can either send you on a referral, we can give you a referral to go through the egg storage process, preservation, where obviously they would remove my eggs and then freeze them for a later date whenever I want to use them, or we can start you on hormone replacement therapy and literally send a letter now to your doctors and you can start testosterone next week. That's how it basically was. And they told me that egg preservation route could take up to a year minimum, I think 6 months, a year minimum kind of thing. It sounded like a long process. So at that age, all I wanted was to start T, I'll be honest. I weren't thinking about my future as such. I weren't thinking about having kids. I just thought if I want kids, I'll adopt. There's plenty of kids, not like, unfortunately, there's a lot of kids out there that do need a home. So I just thought I can just go through that if I do want kids in the future. So I went straight for the testosterone. Then after, I was on it for about a year and a half. And then I remember going to an appointment and I received a load of paperwork. And it was basically regarding top surgery, and it had a load of surgeons on it, the UK surgeons, information about top surgery and procedures that they do. And I was told to basically pick a surgeon and we're going to refer you for top surgery. And then now, there weren't that much of information available online. There was no information out there, literally. So I felt like I just hit a brick wall then. I was just like, right. Bearing in mind, I was about maybe 20, I was about 20 years old then. And I thought to myself, right, so if I have top surgery now, I won't be able to have kids. As crazy as it sounds, I genuinely thought that was the case. I thought, right, now it's getting serious. Like, I've been on T for how long? And within the first 3-4 months, I think it was, being on T, my periods had stopped. So I weren't, my menstrual cycle had stopped. So I genuinely thought that was it, completely game over. And I remember going to my local GP and I said to them, like, look, I told them the situation I said, look, obviously I'm on testosterone, have been for however long now, I think it was coming up to 2 years. I was on testosterone. My periods had stopped, and that I wanted to obviously possibly store my eggs. That's what I turned around and told him. And I remember immediately there was that, right, that's it, stop testosterone, because you need to see if your cycle's going to come back. You don't want to destroy yourself even more. So immediately I stopped testosterone, and obviously them papers for the top surgery and that got put aside, because I thought, right, now I need to try and store my eggs and go down this route, because this is what I actually want. So everything sort of changed. My whole plan in my head changed at that age, because I thought to myself, right, you've gone about it the wrong way, but we can easily go down this path, sort out the egg preservation, and then we'll get back on track, kind of thing, for surgery, get back on testosterone. And then it sounded in my head a lot easier than what it went. I tell you that for free. So basically, I had obviously stopped the testosterone, and then I asked the gender clinic about how do I go about the egg preservation, and it's like they didn't have much information for me. They said they don't offer it. It weren't something that was on the NHS. They basically said I need to look into it myself and pay for it, obviously privately. And I think looking at the time for the procedure itself, I think it was something around £4,000 or £5,000, maybe something crazy like that. And then on top of it, there was a yearly fee to store your eggs of maybe, I think it was about £500 or something every year. So I thought to myself, wow, this is going to be a bit pricey, you know. I looked into it, and at the time I couldn't afford it, so I didn't actually do it. And obviously I was off of hormone replacement therapy, and yeah, I was trying to go down the route of egg preservation. Now, after not having contact and any appointments with the GIC, I was taken off their list, literally wiped straight off their list. And this is when years started to go by. It was like in my head, it was just like, this is what I do want to do, this is what I want, but it's not going to happen. So just carry on living your life as it is, and maybe one day this miracle would happen and I'll be able to get back on the path, what I desire, sort of thing, what I choose, what I wanted in life. And I got to about maybe 25, so a good 4 or 5 years later, and 25, 26 it was, I tried to get back in touch with the GIC. They said to me, look, you've been taken off the books because so-and-so, there was no contact, or you didn't continue your treatment and stuff with us, you didn't continue your pathway with us, sort of thing, so you have to do a new referral. So I went through that whole process again of re-referral at about 25, 26, which was very long. And then I was about 25 years old. I was 25. Went through that whole process again. And then once I did get in touch with them and had my first appointment, it was such a surprise, because I found out that now the NHS do actually offer the egg preservation on the NHS. So I was like, right, yes, let's get this done first. Let's get this done. Let's get this out of the way, and then I can continue with my journey. So that's what I've done at 25 years old. I remember I went through the process of egg preservation, which was a crazy one, because instead of taking testosterone, what I wanted, the male hormone, I had to start taking estrogen, the female hormone, to start getting things stimulating inside, and and basically try and get my eggs and everything as healthy as possible, and try and produce as much as I can so they can remove them and then freeze them. I'm grateful to say that they were able to take out 21 eggs to preserve. Each IVF cycle, they use about 5-6 eggs, I think. So I have about 4 goes at the moment. Well, yeah, so which is all good. They are currently sitting in a laboratory in London. So that's good news. That was all good. That all went well, thank God. And yeah, so once that was out the way, literally that was in November 2020. December 2020, I was prescribed testosterone straight away. Got back on testosterone in December 2020, and have been on it ever since. Now, I haven't. The one thing that hasn't, I need to get in touch with the doctors, and that's my plan now. I've got the next 5-6 weeks off. So I'm going to get in touch with the doctors to get my levels checked, because I feel like I'm on the lowest dose. Literally, I'm on the lowest dose. Like, I don't think my voice has changed from like years ago. I've started to grow a bit of bum fluff and stuff. And I noticed like my weight, the fats on me and stuff is starting to distribute and give me more of a masculine figure. But however, I do believe I'm on the lowest dose, and I'm all right with it. I've been all right with it, but now I feel like it's time to actually get on top of it, sort it out, and up my game, you know. Yeah. December 2020 started back on T, and yeah, ever since I've been on T. Then I went to go get referred for top surgery. That was my next step, to get re-referred again for top surgery. Now, since the pandemic, COVID happening, and the whole waiting list in general for anything within the LGBT community, the healthcare is just diabolical. It's ridiculous. Some people are waiting up to 4 years, 5 years for their first appointment. Some people are waiting 2-3 years for a referral for top surgery. So I just thought, you know what, I see other people doing it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to set up a GoFundMe, and I'm going to see if there's any good people out there that would help me try and raise funds so I can go privately for this surgery. And obviously I'm working full time at the moment, and I was at the time, so I thought, right, if I put down some money every month, try and save, and then obviously try and fundraise at the same time, hopefully I can reach the amount needed for surgery. Now, the surgeon I went with, she charged £8,000 for top surgery, yeah, and that's just the surgery. And then obviously you're gonna need money for like the recovery times and stuff like that, your recovery when you're off, your initial consultation and little things like that, medication. And so yeah, it's about, probably I'd say about £9,000 for top surgery. With a huge thanks to GoFundMe and all my followers and all the lovely people out there, my friends and family, I was able to raise the money to actually go for top surgery. And I am today 6 days post-op, believe it or not. And I've been moving my arms around so much you wouldn't even actually probably believe it. But I am 6 days post-op, believe it or not. I had my surgery last week, Tuesday, which was amazing. It's just life-changing. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. I feel so free. It's been a long time. I don't regret nothing. This has been my journey. Literally, I wouldn't change nothing for the world. Like, this is it. But I do think it's been a long time. Like, this was meant to happen 10 years ago, say. But it is what it is. 10 years ago, the surgeons might have not been as good as what they are today. So I look at the positive side of things. It is what it is. Tomorrow, I go back to the hospital, the private hospital where I had it done, to go have my bandages changed. And I get to see my chest for the first time, which is cool. And I can't wait for that. But yeah, this has been my journey basically. And then now it's like my plan is to obviously check out my T levels, my testosterone levels, try and up my dose. Probably I might change the medication, because I'm currently on one called testosterone, which is an old-fashioned one. I was on it 10 years ago, so that's why I said, yeah, give me that. But everyone nowadays is on libido, so I'm probably going to try and get it changed over to that. And that one's like every 6 weeks or something. It's a lot less frequent. Like, my injection right now is every 3 weeks, and I don't inject myself. My mum actually does it for me. That's another thing. So only within the last, I would say, year or so, I sat down and I spoke to my mum, and I told her what it is, how I see myself, what I plan to do with my life and my future and my body. And she was just so accepting. It's unreal. And like I said, I don't have regrets, but like, it's crazy because like, I could have told her this 10 years ago and she fully would have been there for me, supported me and helped me along the way, and probably made my journey a little bit more easy than what it has been so far. All my family has been very supportive. They're all there for me, which is great. I really do appreciate them, and I'm lucky to have that, because I do understand a lot of people, for a load of different reasons, unfortunately lose friends and family over the choices they make, their own choices in life, just wanting to be who they want to be, really. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful I've got the support network around me, and yeah, I'm grateful that I'm here today to make this video even so, because it's been a long time. It's been a hard one of ups and downs, highs and lows. I've been in and out of depression. I've literally been on the verge of giving up, and I'm here today to make this video and say, look, I'm 6 days post-op. I'm so happy. I'm over the moon. My next step is to look into getting bottom surgery. I'm probably going to go private with that also, because the waiting list on the NHS is ridiculous. And I just feel like if I can work my ass off and save for this, it'll take a bit of a strain off the NHS and the waiting list, and it would just come around a lot sooner for me, probably that way. So yeah, I'm just, yeah, this has been my journey. This has been my journey. This is me. And before it was more of a rocky one, like you didn't know whether, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow kind of thing. But now I'm more looking forward to it. I'm more enjoying every day as it comes, and I'm looking forward to what tomorrow brings, which is very positive, I guess. And yeah, I know it took me a little while to bring out another video. My last video about my time in prison and stuff got a lot of mixed comments and stuff, which I probably could have expected. I got a lot of people saying, oh, thank you so much, I didn't know what it'd be like, and this, that and the other, like as a trans person in prison. So it was educational in that sense for some people. Then I got a lot of hate. I got people send me random comments like, oh, but you still wear tampons and stuff like that. And I'm just like, bro, I don't even wear tampons, I wear pads. But anyway, and like, just like, oh, you look like a girl, why would you want to be called he, and all of this, and would you expect you're in a female's prison? But I don't know. It is what it is, isn't it? You just gotta laugh at these haters. Like, it's crazy. It's sad to think there's so many like negative people out there in this world, but there's so much positive people as well. So much lovely people out there that's helped me get to where I am today, and I thank you all, honestly. I guess my journey's only just beginning. Like, yeah, literally, my journey's only just beginning. I'm 28 in the next 2 weeks as well, so I'm still young. I'm still healthy. I've still got, hopefully, a long life to live ahead of me, and I'm excited for the future, definitely. Yeah, so I just want to say, like, having support, family and friends around you is the most important thing. Having, whether it's support in the form of a friend, a family, a key worker or something, having someone there just to talk to really does help, you know. Having support is very important, I feel like, definitely. Think wisely about what you do and how you put your path together. Yeah, because obviously I had to go back and do certain things. I had to stop what I was doing to get other things out of the way. But yeah, I could have done that first and then moved on to the next step, sort of thing. But I was young then. There weren't that much information as well out there. Like today, in the last 10 years, the way things have changed, it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but I love it. I do love it. And it's all good. It is all good. The changes over the last 10 years have been good changes for us, for the whole community. So things are looking up. Things are definitely looking up. Check out my next video. I'm going to do a quick chest reveal and talk about my top surgery. When I say chest reveal, you ain't going to see much. It's still bandaged up. I'm 6 days post-op. But either way, yeah, I'm going to do a little video on that. But yeah, peace out. Love to you all. And go subscribe if you haven't, because I'm going to be making more content, that's for a fact. I've got so much to talk about, and I think it's about time I open my mouth and I talk up. So it's about to happen. It's about to go down. My new subscribers as well, and thank you to all those old subscribers who